We're back here on Jones and Company, speaking with the new Executive Director of BAMC, Dr. Raveenia Roberts-Nanna. And Dr. Hanna, I had a little tour of the BAMC campus some weeks ago. I don't know how it has advanced since I have been there. But you were, at the time, constructing dormitories and the executive offices and some cottages for teachers.
Right, yes, sir.
You are opening on the 29th. Are they going to be ready?
Well, we've already secured alternative facilities.
So they're not going to be ready?
No, sir.
Okay.
Let me interject here, Mr. Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I hear this term, opening.
Yeah, okay.
What does opening mean?
Exactly.
The reason why, let me tell you why. We're talking about an institute, right? We're not talking about a university that is modeled after the Oxbridge model, Oxford-Cambridge model. We're talking about an institute, all right? And when you were down there, you saw fields of papaya, bananas, etc. All right? We're talking about an agricultural and marine science institute, where agriculture and marine science are the basis for teaching. You don't need no classrooms to teach.
But you're building classrooms.
No, we're building. No, but you
Yes.
don't have to. No, you don't have to start with classrooms to teach.
But I only asked one
No,
simple
let me
question.
finish.
The question is whether
let
or
me
not your
finish.
classroom will be ready.
Let
The
me
answer
finish.
to that is no.
No. I also think this thing about opening. Let me add. Let me. We have been interfacing with the Bahamian farmer through our outreach program, probably for the past 9 months. We have been in operation with their various components to this institute. The part which starts in the 29th of September is only the teaching component.
Yes, so the teaching component.
So that means that the institute has been open, operating, interfacing with Bahamians, and developing the agricultural sector for over 9 months.
Okay, good. The teaching component, your classrooms are not yet ready. You are going to have the teaching component where?
We have a completed building on campus.
A completed building is on campus?
Yes.
Okay, but only asking the questions. Don't calm down.
No, it's not a matter of calming down. I'm trying to dispel some of this ignorance that you've been hearing.
No, I just need to know exactly where you're going to be teaching.
Yes, we're going to be on campus.
On campus.
Yes, sir.
You have a building that is completed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the teachers are going to be living off campus.
Yes, sir.
Some.
Well, some, that's right.
We have accommodations on campus. We have 8 completed houses.
You have houses completed
on the campus.
Okay, all right, okay. In terms of the infrastructure for your offices, administrative offices, what is the position?
Yes, that building can accommodate the administrative block, so to speak, as well as the teaching area. Okay. In that building, yes.
So you are going to be comfortable when you go to Andros now in your administrative block.
Yes, sir.
You have all of the necessary accoutrement that you need in terms of computers and all the rest of it.
Yes.
All of those things are in.
They will be
the utilities are in.
Yeah.
Yes.
The only thing that is not fixed is the road, right?
It's yes.
Yes.
But it's going to be fixed.
It's going to be fixed. Okay, yeah, okay. I just need to paint a picture for our listening and viewing public as to exactly what is happening at BAMC. So you have administrative block that is going to be ready. Your teaching building, one of them ready. 8 houses
yes.
ready.
Faculty
How many more teaching facilities are under construction?
Well, we have the
Classroom block.
The classroom block. Yeah, the classroom lab block.
Okay.
That's under construction.
Okay.
And the administrative
And so-
building.
Right, and that's phase 1.
Yeah.
So
That's phase one.
yes.
All right. So students, in terms of dormitories, where are they going to be?
We have secured 2 resorts, so our students will not be slumming it. Okay, so we've identified 2 places for the students, one for the males and the other for the females.
For 50 students?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
In Nicholstown.
Yes.
Okay. Your capacity is not 50. You were just beginning with 50.
No.
Yes.
We have the when and come December, the dormitories will be completed. All right. And in December, and we'll have accommodations on campus
Right.
for 50 students. But that doesn't limit the number of students we can take in our program. That's just residential living accommodations for 50 students. And there'll be some accommodations for married students.
Right.
Right? We have 8 dorms, 8 houses which are completed, but we also will have apartments for lecturers, single lecturers, and these kinds of people. Right?
And it's 50 students each, 50 males, 50 females that the dorms can accommodate.
The dorms will be able to accommodate 100
Yeah,
students.
Right.
Okay. Now let me ask you, Mr. Enos and Dr. Hannah, in terms of accommodating farmers from the islands of the Bahamas who would be interested in this program. I'm a farmer on Long Island. I am interested in participating in what you're doing in BAMC, but I'm living in Long Island. How can you facilitate me?
2 ways. On each island, Mr. Jones, we have what is called adjunct staff. These adjunct staff are professionally trained agriculturalists who reside on those respective islands. They will represent the institute on the island. Okay? For example, Mr. Mike Wallace in Grand Bahama. Mike is a soil scientist, right? Mr. Edwin Simonet is a Hampton University graduate who is perhaps the best sheep farmer in the Caribbean. He's an adjunct professor or adjunct staff, meaning that they will assist us in conducting workshops, seminars, field days on the island in question. We will run special courses for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month on campus in North Angeles. So the 2 ways, and then as we develop, you have what is called distance learning. So this is the era of technology. So we'll reach all the farmers on these different islands in different ways.
Let's explore that a little bit. I'm a sheep farmer.
Yeah.
And I'm in
Long Island.
Long Island.
Right.
And I want to improve my farm.
Right.
I wish to be certified.
Yes.
I need to get some
Good question.
certificate.
Good question. So we bring you to the institute for 3 months or 2 months during the summer when the regular classes are closed. And we will house you, right? And we will teach you small ruminant maintenance, small ruminants of sheep and goats, right? We're bringing in 600 small ruminants from Texas. And we're going to transfer, there's a technology called embryo transfer. We're going to use the live embryos from Texas of improved variety, of improved breeds, and transplant them into some of these 600 and some of our local. That way you improve your stock.
As well as through our extension services and consultancy services, we can fly the specialists out to you. and meet you where you're at and assess your farm, assess your needs, and give you the necessary tools or training that you might desire.
Who's going to pay for this?
There'd be a fee.
There's a fee.
There'd be a fee.
It's a service.
A fee
that
to
we
the
will
farmer.
offer.
Yeah, a fee to the farmer, but it wouldn't be. See, you cannot when you bring a farmer from his place of production, John, you got to be careful. This farming is this man's business. You cannot disrupt his business activity. So you have to bring him at a time when it is convenient for him. You can't bring him this time of the year, right? This is the main production season. So you may have to organize your program when it is least disruptive for him.
Okay. Madam Executive Director, one of the problems that we have had in the Bahamas had to do with glut.
Yes.
In various areas of agriculture.
Yes.
Whether it's in tomato production or mango production or whatever. And we had a produce exchange in the Bahamas that simply did not work efficiently. And you are talking about food security.
Right.
So you are increasing the production of food in the Bahamas exponentially.
Yes.
And if you are going to do that, there has to be some marketing plan in place.
Yeah.
Is it the job of the executive director to ensure that the country has a marketing plan in place for the proper marketing and distribution of food produced in the country, or is that the role of the Ministry of Agriculture? Don't say one word. All right. Madam Executive Director.
We have a plan, okay? We have a crop schedule, and so the growth of the crops will be staggered to avoid such a glut. We do have a marketing committee, committee within our organization that's responsible for that, and so they are going to ensure that there's a buyer for the produce that we have.
So that is the role of BAMSI now, and not of the Ministry of Agriculture. Is that what you're saying?
I can only speak to what I know under BAMSI. Now I know BAMSI. We have that in place.
Are you seconded from Ministry of Agriculture, or have you resigned from Ministry of Agriculture? What is it? Are you answerable to the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources?
Well, really, I was never a part of the Ministry
You
of
were never part of it. You were hired by BAMSI.
Let me clarify something here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mr. President.
I prepared a 20-year plan.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 20-year plan, it called for reorganization of the agricultural sector. BAMSI is now the centerpiece of the agricultural sector. The Ministry of Agriculture, which you are describing, no longer exists. All of those commercial components, like the produce exchange and the packing house, now fall under BAIC. BAIC is responsible for that, not the ministry. BAIC works very closely with the Institute, and we have what is called a marketing committee. And one of the roles of the Institute is to introduce modern technology.
So, Mr. Enyas, the Ministry of Agriculture has been stripped.
No.
You have denuded the Ministry of Agriculture of some very important responsibilities.
No, we have not.
Mr. What have you done, Mr. Enyas?
Mr. Jones, what you have to realize is that we are in the 21st century. The Bahamas is 30 years behind all the countries in this hemisphere. In 1995, Mr. Jones, the WTO came into existence. We are not members of the WTO yet, right? And with the coming on of the WTO, the role of agriculture has changed. Agriculture is trade-driven. We're in the era of trade liberalization, and there's such a thing called the Agreement on Agriculture, which regulates global agriculture. countries now have to comply to global rules and regulations. Nothing to do with the produce exchange. The produce exchange has to comply to those rules. Else you cannot sell your product. Else Atlantis would not buy your product.
Yeah, but
wait, let me finish.
What that has to do with moving the produce exchange out of the portfolio of the Ministry of Agriculture. What has
happened? The Ministry of Agriculture has become a regulatory body. That's what their role is. They regulate the sector. They enforce the WTO. They enforce the different rules. That is their role. They're not engaged in commercial activities as produce exchange.
So the experimental farms, for instance.
We do the experimental, all experimental work. The Institute. The Institute has a research arm.
So the experimental farm that we had on Gladstone Road, for instance.
Yeah.
That falls under BAMSI?
No, that's under the ministry, but its role has changed.
What is that role now, Mr. Enoch?
Its role, a great part of their role now has been done by BAIC. They had a feed mill there. BAIC now operates the feed mill, right? The abattoir now is operated by BAIC.
So there's been a transfer.
It's been a reorganization of the sector.
A reorganization of the sector of that ministry?
Of the sector, Mr. Jones.
The abattoir?
There's been a reorganization of the sector.
It falls under BAIC?
Under BAIC. We had one abattoir.
BAMSI falls under?
Well, BAMSI is a hybrid.
It's a hybrid?
It's a hybrid.
You're developing many hybrids, Mr. Enoch.
No, don't be sarcastic.
So no, sarcasm sometimes is useful. The BAMSI is within, it's an institution of the government, isn't it?
Yes.
So it is out there floating somewhere? Where does it fall in terms of the structure of the government?
The Minister of Agriculture has some responsibility and the Minister of Education has some responsibility.
So there's shared responsibility, for BAMSI?
Yes, and also the Prime Minister has some oversight.
Madam Executive Director, you do not fall under a particular ministry then?
No, well, it's as what Dr. Enya said.
As Dr. Enya said. You are answerable to who?
She's answerable to the board. She answers the board.
Yes.
You are answerable to Dr. Enya?
To a board. We have a board.
To the board.
Of which I'm the president. We have a board that meets and decides policy. Not me. The board decides that.
Okay. And the board responds to who? It falls under which ministry?
Well, in some ways, the board falls under the Ministry of. See, we are a company. We're not a corporation. We're a company. We will be what they call a dedicated authority, right? Under an act, and I believe once we're under that act, we'll probably become under the Ministry of Education.
So BAMSI is still being structured as we speak.
It's still being structured, yes.
So the structure of BAMSI is incomplete.
Well, it's incomplete because we're still evolving. Yes. Yes.
Okay. The funding of BAMSI will come from...
comes directly from the Treasury, from the Ministry of Finance.
From the Ministry of Finance.
Yes.
So there would be fees, of course, of people who would attend BAMSI.
Yes, there'd be some fees. Some fees.
Okay.
But the fees won't be exorbitant. The fees would be very manageable because our job is to train and to attract. We're not going to price ourselves out of the market.
But everyone will pay a fee?
They will pay something. I don't know exactly what that something is.
Yeah, but you're talking about opening on the 29th. Yeah. We need to know what the deal is. If someone is interested in agricultural science and you accept them at BAMSI, there has to be a fee structure.
Yeah, we also look at means. We also look at means. You got people coming from depressed areas of this country, and we want to get them educated. And if they don't have the means, the government has decided that they would give them assistance.
So there's a means test?
There's a means, yes, there's a means. We look at the means.
I'm 18.
Yeah.
I'm from Betsy Bay, Marijuana.
Yeah.
I want to be an agriculturalist. I heard of BAMSI.
Yeah.
I want to get involved.
Yeah.
What do I do?
If you get the qualifications, you may get a scholarship.
What is the qualification?
You need your math, your English, and a science.
Math, English, Science, and what?
BGCSE.
BGCSE.
Right.
Well,
As well as we take into consideration any other experience that you might have had. We'll do an interview with you to determine where exactly you fit.
but
So we have proficiency tests as well.
Dr.
to
Roberts,
assist.
Dr. Roberts-Nanna, I'm 18. I got 5 BJCs, but I've been doing very good in my 20-acre farm
Yeah.
in Betsy Bay, Marijuana.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want to be certified,
Yeah.
and I want to expand my farm.
Yeah.
I don't have 3 BGCSEs.
No, so we put you in the diploma course.
Right. So the
So I'm in a
math and the
diploma course.
English
Yes,
and the
it's a one-year
science,
course.
that's for the associates.
It's a 1-year course.
Yes.
I live at BAMSI
BAMSI, right.
for a year,
Yeah, you go in the
Yes.
diploma program.
or I can come to BAMSI periodically.
Well, on the training courses for
Right. The certificate
certified
courses.
training courses.
Yes.
Certified training
On
course.
the certified training course, you need no qualifications.
Okay. So you need no qualifications.
And for the
certificate
certified
courses,
certified
yes.
programs.
Okay.
For the associate program, associate degree program, you need BJCS. Right, that's what you need. right?
BGCSE,
Right.
3 of those.
Right. For the diploma program, you just need probably BGCs. The less.
Okay.
It's not an individual assessment
Yes.
because everybody's coming in with a different background, a different educational background and experience background. So we have to take it case by case.
Okay. All right. Talking about BAMSI today with the Executive Director, Dr. Raveenia Roberts-Nanna, and the President of BAMSI, Raveenia. We'll come right back.